Today we are at Sleepy Goat. It's a wine bar and cafe on Cunningham Road. And I'm here for the lunch today, so we are going to see how we order the wines when you are in a restaurant. So first and foremost, I would look at the first page here, which says that there are some offers and promotions which are happening. So definitely it's interesting to have a quick look or glance at what are the special promotions happening at the restaurant. But my first choice would be when I am ordering in the afternoon, I would start with a glass of a sparkling or a champagne. If not, a rosé or white wine, because when you are in afternoon, it's always preferable to have a glass of chilled beverage. And the wine, rosé or sparkling, they are served chilled. So I would go for a glass of white, rosé or a sparkling wine. And if you see the menu here at Sleepy Goat, they have very nicely classified each category of wine. Here you can find the sparkling and champagne, and then you have listed here the roses, the white wines, followed by the page on red wine. Now, when you order a rosé or a white wine, then what do I order to eat with this wine or rosé, a glass of wine? I would better go for a pizza as my appetizer or even a salad. If I'm ordering a Sauvignon Blanc, I would definitely prefer a salad with a lot of green leaves. Rosé would go well with or better with a pizza or any cuisine which has got tomato base in it or a bit lightly spiced. Now, which rosé I choose? So when we look at the menu, it's always important to see on the left side of the menu, which is like type of wine, the region it comes from, the year of harvest, and definitely the right side of the menu, which gives you the price. Now, this is the most important factor that you've got to be decided what is your budget when you want to order a glass of wine or a bottle of wine in a restaurant. Because you need to understand that the cost at which the restaurants work is anywhere between 20% to 40%. Which means that whatever they buy a particular wine and what price they sell, there can be a difference of anywhere between 4 times to 2.5 times. Considering the overheads of the restaurant, considering the license fee and the cost of the manpower they need to employ, there is always this ratio of 2.5 to 4 times. In a place like Sleepy Goat, which is a smaller wine bar, I would say that they work at about 40% cost. When you go to a 5-star hotel, they would work at probably 20 to 25% cost, and everyone else would fall in between these two parameters. Once I have my glass of white or rosé, and then if I'm going for a lamb or something with red meat, I would shift to a red wine. But invariably, when I have a glass of wine or a bottle of wine in the afternoon, I stay within sparkling or a rosé or a white. Red wine is more associated with the dinner. So even if you are having a red wine as an aperitif, you can choose such a wine which is coming from the region or from the grape varietal, which is not very tannic, which is not very strong wine. A ugly dark, Negre Syrah Gamay, coming from Ponto region in France, for example, is something which is not heavy on tannin. So it's a good aperitif to have. A Pinot Noir, again, would be a good glass of red wine to start with. It has got a lot of finesse, it has got a lot of character, but at the same time, it's not very heavy. So you follow always the less tannic wine, followed by medium-bodied red wines, and then in the end you have heavy-bodied red wines, which you can normally have with meat, or you can have some old and matured cheese to go with the heavy red wines. Generally, the guidelines when you order a wine in a restaurant, but then if you are a white wine drinker, or if you are a red wine drinker, it's always good to stay with what you like. It's good to experiment, but it's not necessary. It's possible to have a medium-bodied red wine with a chicken or fish, which is a white meat. But it would be practically impossible to have a white wine with a very heavy dish, which is like meat, a lamb or a steak. So you need to follow these basic principles when you order a wine in a restaurant.